For the sixth time in school history, and for the first time since 2007, the Decorah girls basketball team won the Northeast Iowa Conference Championship. They clinched a share of the title with a victory over Waverly Shell Rock last Friday night. We're with head coach Shannon Quandahl. And coach, you look at this regular season, what's made it a successful one for your team?
I think we set our goals at the end of last season, and we set our goals pretty high. We said we wanted to be conference champs, and that we wanted to make it past second round regional play. So we worked really hard in the off season. We have everybody healthy. We've got some nice young players, and they've really have worked well together, and have bought into what we're trying to do here at Decorah.
And you look at your team, the roster that you have this year, quite a bit of experience came back from last year. And you mentioned the work they did in the off season. How much did that experience kind of come to fruition, if you will, this year?
I think the summer play, we did more work this summer than we've done ever in the past. We were missing two of our big guards because they are a part of AAU programs, but they have a lot of experience with basketball. But it was the other girls, that aren't on AAU that played a lot of team ball together, and really were put in positions where they had to learn how to play basketball without relying on somebody else. And I think they learned a lot. And then when we add those other two girls, Briar and Yazzie, who were an AAU ball, we put it all together. And now there's always some curveballs in there, but they've really worked hard and have learned how to play as one team.
Let's go back to last Friday night. You made the trip down to Waverly Shell Rock, and you ended up getting that 10-point win to clinch the share of the title against a Go Hawk program that has kind of set the standard for success in this Northeast Iowa Conference. You look at the first meeting between you and the Go Hawks, about a 4 or 5 minute stretch in the second half, really let that game get away from you. But how confident were you that you were right there with the Go Hawks heading into last Friday night?
I think a lot of what we've been trying to help the girls understand is a lot of this is mental, right? And just getting over that mental hump that we can do this, and we have the ability to do so. I think that first game, that first half, girls figured out like this is a possibility, and we just carried on that momentum and that belief that we're capable. And we played some tough teams after Waverly, that first round with Waverly Shell Rock, and continue to get better and continue to work on the things that we knew we needed to improve upon. And then when we came to Waverly, we felt very confident that we could hang with them, and we did.
And you look at your team this year, a 7-0 record in other teams' gymnasiums this year. Going undefeated on the road in any sport is kind of a tough thing to do, but your kids did it. What do you credit that to?
The girls. I just think that they are a competitive group of young ladies, probably the most competitive girls I have ever had the privilege to coach, almost more competitive than I am. So, they come out to every game, and we've just had this kind of goal, like win or go home. Like this, we're going to compete, and whatever it takes, we're going to get better, no matter the outcome. So I credit to the girls and their prep and their mindset when we play every game.
I know from a schedule perspective, you mentioned you played quite a few tough teams. You started the season with Dyke New Hartford at home, kind of beefing up that schedule like you did this year. How has that helped you kind of progress as the season has gone on?
Right. I think in order to understand how to play the competitive type of basketball that we want to play, we have to contend and be in competition with those girls that are more competitive. And Dyke, and the beginning of our schedule for the beginning of our season was tough. And I hope to continue to pull in some more competitive teams so that when we play, regional ball, we're ready. We're prepped and ready to play in a competitive game.
And Wednesday night, you get that postseason underway. You take on Charles City. What's going to take to get by the Comets and set up another matchup with Waverly Shell Rock?
Well, we know regionals, anything can happen, right? So this is the beginning of a new season, and we got to take them, Charles City, just as seriously as we would Waverly Shell Rock. And we're going to go out and play, our type of basketball, our style of basketball, and just be ready to play. Now for real, it's win or go home, and they want to keep going. They have high expectations for themselves.
And I know when it comes to postseason, in this first round game, you've won 7 straight years in the first round of the tournament and gotten to Saturday for the regionals. You guys have obviously taken these first round opponents pretty seriously. Is it as simple as that, getting that mentality to continue?
I think the mentality and the belief that we can is different than it has been in the past, right? So we've played Waverly, of those 7 years in a row, how many of those years have been Waverly? Like 5. So, and it's always at their place. So this is nothing new. We've been here, we've done it. Now playing a conference team 3 times in a row is tough. So this next matchup, granted we beat Charles City this first round, is going to be a tight one, and we got to be ready.
And what's going to take to keep playing basketball as long as you guys can this year?
Score more than the other opponent? No,
no,
I'm just kidding. We were really pride in our defense, right? So we've been working hard on a different defensive plays and sets, and obviously our offense has always been kind of a hard thing for us to overcome. And we have Yazzie and Breyer and Haley as our 3 top scorers. And we got to continue to have other role players take part in that offense so that everybody's a threat, right? Because a team shuts down Yazzie and Breyer, now the others are kind of scrambling. But if we all are in the mindset that we are all scorers and we're all a threat, then we have something.
All right, Coach, congrats on a great regular season to this point, but hopefully you're far from done with your overall season. We wish you best of luck as you get going in the postseason tomorrow night against Charles City.
Thanks so much.
Shannon Quandahl, head coach of the Decorah girls, co-champions of the NEIC, first league title for Decorah in 15 seasons, and the postseason begins tomorrow night hosting Charles City.